Okay, we are recording. So if you are coming on, please hit the mute button. And we're going to dive right in. So for those of you that I have never met before, my name is Elka Bostwick, and I'm a founding one-star vice president petPro with pawTree. Woo, quite a mouthful. I have been with pawTree for 5 years, coming up my 5-year anniversary. I was within the first 30 to join the company. I was the second petPro here in Utah, and I absolutely love everything that pawTree has to offer. And in 2014, I just kind of winged my business. I talked to people, I went to events, I did this, I did that. I didn't even have a contact list. I just winged it. And what I realized was the more intentional that I became with my business, the more successful my business became. So I'm very excited. So as you come on, please hit the mute button. Joe, I'm going to make you a co-host. If you'll mute people as they come in, that would be great. So that we can get started. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about goals. Why are goals super important? Why do we have them? What are they useful for? So in 2015, Melissa Davis, our national sales director, did a call with me and Trisha and Amber Sanders, and Roger Morgan even came, and so did Tammy Van Hoy. And they sat down and they were like, okay, it's time to really kind of talk about goals. And I thought, oh yeah, that's great. Goals are great, but goals mean a lot of pressure on me, and I don't know if I want to do them. And so I was really skeptical about it. But in January of 2015, I actually sat down and I wrote pawTree goals. And the really cool thing happened was I actually hit every single goal on my chart 4 months prior to the goal date I had actually placed. And they were simple goals. These weren't like huge, giant goals. Now, mine that I have now are super big and super giant, but yours guys can be super simple. And we're going to kind of talk about why they're important. And the word goal, right? The word goal can be absolutely overrated, right? But you know what? The truth is we grow by dreams. When it comes to goals, it helps us to know how some of the best achievers in the world set goals. It's so true. John Maxwell, he is a mentor of mine. He's a speaker, a leadership expert, and an author. I absolutely love him. And I did a lot of research the last couple of years on his goal process, and I really love them. So John Maxwell articulates the process for success, which puts his goal setting process really kind of clear. It kind of clarifies it for us. So the success process for him is, number one, your dream determines your goals. Your goals map out your actions. Your actions create results, and the results bring you success, right? So dream, goals, action, results. And John Maxwell actually uses the word road map. This is an easy way to remember his goal setting approach. So if you guys have a piece of paper, write this down. So R, you're going to write down roadmap. You can write it straight down. But the R stands for recognize your dreams. Why is it important to recognize your dreams? Because your dreams can become true. The O is observe your starting place. This is exactly where you are right now. The A is articulate a statement of purpose. Okay, this is where you say, I can do this. I will do this. This is a statement of purposeful thought, of your thought process. D is define your goals. Now, there are yearly goals, 6-month goals, monthly goals, and daily goals, right? And the word goal can be so intimidating, but this is more or less creating a habit that we're going to talk about tonight. So M means move into action. You can have all of these goals laid out, your dreams, your starting place. You can have your statement of purpose. You can define your goals, right? But unless you move into action, nothing changes. The A is adjust your plans. You're going to hit bumps in the road. But how willing are you to realign and adjust yourselves You have to be willing to adjust your plans. And P, point to success and celebrate. It's super important for everybody to celebrate their small successes, from their very first petPro to their 100th petPro, to their very first PA Club member, to their 50th PA Club member. You have to celebrate all of the little things that come into plan. So let's talk about recognizing your dreams. This is kind of the first step, right? You need to learn to dream big, right? Add clarity to it. Use your dream to kind of decide what your future is, because everything starts with this. This is an expression of your life, your purpose, and it determines where you're going to go and what you're going to end up doing. You need to dream really clearly. Then you can create a map for your journey. So, for example, I'll kind of talk to you a little bit about this. I joined this business because I needed some extra income, right? But what I have gotten out of this has been way more than I can even explain. Yeah, my paychecks are absolutely phenomenal, but man, the impact that I have been able to make on people keeps me going every single day. So it's super important for you guys to dream big. I mean, in the very beginning, my biggest dream was how to make a couple $100 cash. Now it's, I want to have that cabin in the mountains. I want to have everybody fly to Utah once a year and come to my home and cook for everybody and have one big team party. Like, I would love for that to happen. And I'd love to be able to pay and have you guys earn incentive trips. Like, these are huge things for me. These are big dreams, right? Do you want to go to college? Do you want to go back to college? Do you want to save college for your kids? Do you want to travel around the world? Dream big and put that in. Because John Maxwell, we're going to talk a little bit about how he asks some questions to yourself. Like, number one, when you're road mapping, when you're truly road mapping this, you have to know where to start from. This is going to help you figure out the gap between where you are right now and where your future is. And by knowing this gap, you can better address what you truly are doing. So, what do you have working for you right now? What are things that you need to overcome? Because along this journey, not only are you going to have these goals, but you're going to have personal development, you're going to have business development. Different stages of your business are going to tell you different things. You're going to have hard times. And you're going to have to call your sponsor and be like, you know what, today sucked. Today was horrible. I had people tell me no, nobody bought at my event. I went to a networking meeting. Nobody even wanted to talk to me. I had 3 petPros cancel. I had a customer cancel. I mean, you're going to have bad days in this business, but it really is observing where you're at and your reactions upon it. You want to go through and you want to define your goals. You want to write them out based on your dream, but this has to be something that's personal, specific, achievable, measurable, and time sensitive to you. I'll share my goals with you, okay? But they're probably going to be different for all of us. And I can't expect you to do my goals until you decide exactly where you are. So once you've kind of articulated where you're at, you're ready to really identify your goals, your points of reference on this roadmap that we're going to create tonight. They will be the activities and the accomplishments that you plan to complete to fulfill your dream and get to your end goal. So a couple of simple things that you really want to keep track of is you want them to be written out. You want them to be personal. Okay, these need to be personal goals. Like, maybe you need more time with God. Maybe you don't have a relationship with God, but it's something you've been thinking about. That's a personal goal that you can put on there. For me, last year, I went through this big thing where I had to learn to be a better mom to my teenage sons. Those were personal goals, right? You want to be specific. You want them to be achievable. You want them to be measurable. I mean, I don't want you to be like, I want to go out and get 82 PA Club members in the next 3 months. And you're able to do 2 or 3. Like, you have to be realistic with this. But you also want to put a time stamp on it, right? You want to have monthly goals that are achievable to you, that you can make sure that you're continuously moving forward. You want to be able to look back and plan forward. Now, what does this mean, right? Why would we want to be able to look back and plan forward? Because I've learned that there's a big difference between front-end thinking and back-end thinking. So front-end thinking right now, as we build our goals, we're doing front-end thinking. We are planning, we are taking action, we are moving forward, right? Where if you have back-end thinking, you've already missed that opportunity. If you're like, well, I want to have an event a month, right? I want to do one event a month. And at the end of the month, you didn't do that event. That's a missed opportunity. But if you plan your month, then that is going to be front-end thinking, and you're going to be able to make sure that that event happens. So it's really important when you're doing your yearly goals, monthly goals, weekly goals, that you look back to plan forward. You're going to study your wins and your losses, okay? So at the end of every year, I don't have my calendar right here. Let me see. Hold it. So you're going to want to go back and pull out your calendar. If you guys do it by phone or you guys have a paper calendar, I'm a paper junkie personally. I run everything on a paper planner, and I move everything to my phone, and then everything to the team calendar. But I want you guys to take two hours of diligent, purposeful, intentional time to go through your calendar and make a list of all the significant events that you had in your life, birthdays, meetings, what big decisions did you have, what accomplishments did you kind of have. I want you to spend time reflecting. In order to remember this, you need to write down these experiences of the past year, okay? And I do that by going through my calendar. I don't always keep everything in here, but there are some big things that happened in 2018, and I want to be able to reflect upon that. And what are some really horrible things? Did you have a death in the family? Did you fail at something? Did you have a fear? Did you discover you had a limiting belief? What are some of your wins and some of your losses? You can ask yourself these questions. What did I do that I shouldn't have done? We all do this. What did I spend a lot of time on? Was it a priority? What didn't I do that I should have done? Okay. So the first one was, what did I do that I shouldn't have done? And what didn't I do that I should have done? What's missing from your calendar? What did you neglect that you should have been a priority last year, right? Ask yourself, what is the most important thing that I did this year to help somebody else? If you can't name one thing that you did for somebody else in the last year, put that on your goals. Put that on your goals for this year to be of service of somebody. What did I do this year that helped me to grow more than anything else? What happened to you in 2018 that helped you to grow more than anything else? Is it repeatable? Do you want to make it a regular habit? How can I break it down into manageable chunks of time, right? Can I do it again this year? So for example, I'm going to share something for you. So in 2006, I was a smoker for 16 plus years. And in 2016, I decided that I needed to make some personal development changes. And in May of 2016, I decided to quit smoking. And it was the hardest journey I ever took in my life. Unfortunately, I was one of those parents that enjoyed smoking, right? I know that sounds ridiculous, but it was really hard for me to stop the habit and to build the addiction. But I had to create a plan to be able to do that. I couldn't just wake up one day and say, oh, I quit. I had to take action steps that moved me close to that goal to set myself up for success. And I really had to decide how bad I wanted it. And officially, I've been smoke-free for 2 years. It's been the greatest feeling in the world. You know, this is a huge accomplishment that I did in 2016 that I celebrate every single year, right? I'm not perfect. I'm absolutely not perfect. But ask yourself these things. That was something that helped me to grow, and it still continues to help me to grow because now I can help others to say, this is how I was able to do it, right? Ask yourself, where do I need to be more intentional? Okay. Now, what does that mean per se? Well, if you tell your family that dinner is going to be ready at 6 o'clock and this is what you're having, and at 6:30 rolls around, you didn't even pull anything out of the freezer, that means that you had good intentions, but you weren't very intentional. Are you with me? So this happens, totally happens. But instead of making things happen, again, this is a missed opportunity. So how can you take things to the next level? Go through and kind of decide, how can you take things to the next level? Now, again, this is being recorded, so you guys can hit the rewind button. If I'm talking too fast, I just want to make sure I get through as much information as I can before I have to go, before we have to say goodbye. So it's really important for you guys to look back at your calendar and plan forward before creating your goals, okay? This is something that'll absolutely help you. Let me go through. Now, pawTree goals, right? What is the significant about pawTree goals? Now, on your pawTree goals, you can have personal things. You can you guys see that okay? Shake your heads, yes. You guys can have, it doesn't have to just be pawTree goals. What do you want with pawTree? What do you want in your life? Okay, so let's break this down. Number one, decide that you want it. That's number one. You have to decide that you want it bad enough. You can have anything you want in life when your desires become greater than your fears. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone in 2019 to make your dreams happen. You have to, number two, decide what you're looking for. What are your goals? Are your goals to hit 1-5-500 every month? Are your goals to meal prep every Sunday? Right? Now, are your goals going to be written down and visible where you can see them every day? I put my goals in my journal. They're on the front page of my journal. And that's where I put my goals. And every single day when I go to write in my gratitude journal, I open it up, I review my goals, I do my daily gratitude, and I move forward. But I wasn't always like this. I didn't always do this. I thought this was the dumbest thing on the face of the planet until I decided to prove that it wasn't so dumb. And I actually achieved them. So number three, these are 5 reasons to write down your goals. Number one, it forces you to clarify exactly what you want. Number two, this motivates you to take action. I put my goals on my fridge. I spend 90% of my time as a mother in the kitchen. It is the most traveled place in my house where the kids are coming and going and coming and who knows what's going on. But I have an opportunity to see my goals every day, and my family sees the goals. So now my goals become my family goals. And when mom says, hey, I got to go to this event for this is a 2-day event, this takes them back to why we started in the very beginning. This is great. So number 3, it will provide focus and a filter for other activities. Number 4, it'll help you overcome resistance. And number 5, it will enable you to see and celebrate your progress. So if you say, I want to promote to a senior director by February, at the end of February of 2019, this is going to help you to take action. It's going to clarify what you want, right? And that promotion. It's going to give you focused activities that you need to do to promote by the end of February. This is going to help you overcome resistance. Quit talking yourself out of it. It's also going to help you to celebrate how close you are to achieving it. It's very, very, very important that you take action. But you want to determine your why and develop your vision. Okay? Knowing why you have made this decision to join pawTree and start your own business is one of the most important things that you will need to know as a pawTree Pet Pro. This is more important than how or even when. Knowing why will be the answer you refer to over and over and over as you move along the path of building your pawTree business. My why started as a few extra $100. I never thought in a million years, if Roger Morgan would have told me 5 years ago that I was going to replace my income and become a stay-at-home dog mom and a kid mom and build a successful customer base in my local area and a team across the country, I would have laughed at him and told him, you're absolutely crazy. I've never done that before. I'm never going to be there in 5 years. Boy, did that change everything. And my why has grown. So it's really important that every single year you determine what has changed in your why and what's going to keep you moving forward in 2019. Now, my vision board. How many of you guys brought your vision boards to the call? We got Joe. I know Becca did. I saw hers. Hold on. I'm going to come off share for just a second. Okay, how many of you guys have them? You can put it in the chat box. Jacqueline does. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So these vision boards should be part of your 1 to 2 hour time. You've gone through your calendar. You've looked back so that you can plan forward. Now it's time to determine your vision, rediscover your why, right? What's going to move you forward in 2019 to do something that you have never done before? This is what's going to make it happen. And I want you guys to do these vision boards, and I want you to hang it up next to your goals, okay? So this vision board, this also comes in the kit. This comes on the big box in the kit. Have you guys seen that? I mean, you can cut that out and you can make this a team building activity with your downlines. Get together on a Zoom call and do your vision boards with them. I mean, when you sit down and go to coffee with one of your new pet pros, go over the vision board. This is awesome. This is so fun to dream sometime. What do you want? So I want you guys to do this. It's very simple and very basic. But the first thing it says is how will your life be changed? I want you guys to share, a few of you to share if you'd be willing. When you reach your big vision, how will your life be changed? Is anybody willing to share? Go ahead, Rhonda. Unmute. Hold on. Okay, go ahead. Oh, wait. Oh. Okay, now.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
My confidence went down, and so I'm working to get it back up. And so I'm figuring getting my confidence back up, I'll have the to get out there again like I was when I hit director.
I love that. I love that. So tell me, how will your life be changed when you grab that confidence again? How will that change? What will that change for you?
Well, it will help me realize that because I had a fallback, it doesn't mean I'm a failure.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely, 110%. So I want you to go through old magazines, find something on the internet that defines specifically that confidence. How will your life be changed with confidence? And I want you to print it out and I want you to put it right there for me, okay? And I want you to send me a message, a text when you do that. Fair?
Find something on the net, you said?
Yeah, on the internet, go through a magazine. I just want you to cut out something that's going to tell you how your life is going to be changed.
Oh.
You get your confidence back, okay? And put it on your vision board. So next, how will you feel when you reach your goals? Who would like to share?
Hey, Elka, Jacqueline wrote in the comment chat box, she said her life will be changed, that she won't have to worry about choosing between bills and necessities, and she will be able to have 2 happy boys and will feel better about herself.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's huge. Jacqueline, that, you know what? My goosebumps have goosebumps because of that. I'm a mother of boys and a boy dog, and I'm getting another boy dog in February. Don't tell Brad. But this is true, right? Brad and I were living paycheck to paycheck before pawTree. I had to worry about where the money was going to come from. Brad's always made pretty good money, but when I got sick, we couldn't do it. And I totally understand when you have to choose between paying your bills or paying for necessities, you're always going to take care of your family first. You're always going to feed your family first, right? I get it. And I want you to find something that determines that. And I want you to put that on how your life will be changed.
She added that her oldest is special needs, and she's hoping to do well enough to get better services for him.
Man, girl, I absolutely 110% believe that this is possible for you. Absolutely possible. You stick with the pack, you make your goals, and you work towards them. You will absolutely achieve that and be able to have that for your oldest son. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. The only thing will hold you back is your actions. So who would like to share how they will feel when you reach your goals? Elizabeth? And then Becca, go ahead. So let's start with Elizabeth. I think I have to, hold on. Okay, you're unmuted.
Okay, so I obviously still have further goals, but just reaching the goals that I've gotten to so far, it makes me feel relieved because, you know, even though in my business before pawTree, I make very good money, I still always tended to worry. And so I didn't want to spend a lot of money because it was like, what if, you know, because I'm self-employed and I rely on my dog walk, so physical, you know, what if I hurt my knee? What if, you know, and so my pawTree money has all gone into its own account, and that's my what if money. And I feel there's so much money in there now that I spend the money I make in my business because I'm like, my what if account is just growing and growing and growing. So I've been spending more money on me, you know, buy new Christmas lights, just little things that I would never do, even though they're not expensive, because what if I need that money for something else? So I feel, I feel blessed, I feel grateful, I feel excited, and it just drives me to want to do more and help more people because it's such a relief.
I love that. I feel blessed. I feel grateful. I want you to find something that determines that, and I want you to print it out and glue it right there and send me a picture when you find it. Becca, tell me, how are you going to feel when you achieve your goals?
Okay, so part of my goals is right now I work 6 days. So, and I have 3 little ones. I have a 1 year, well, actually right now I have 2 2-year-olds and a 5-year-old. And I would just love to be able to spend more time with them, you know, cutting back the hours and being able to allow pawTree to let me have more time with them. You know, my 5-year-old wants to do cheerleading next year, and, you know, like the years are coming to sporting events, and I just want to be able to really spend the time with my kids and not, you know, I work daylight, so I'm not getting home until 6 or 7 at night, then it's cooking dinner, then it's getting ready for bed. And I feel like I just want more time with my kids. So I want pawTree to allow me to do that. So.
Oh, I love that. I love that. And let me tell you right now, you do not need 40 to 60 hours a week to be wildly successful in this business. You need dedicated. You need to know what you're going to achieve and what activities you need to do in a small amount of time. And I absolutely know that having your 3 babies, if we can do it, you can.
Along with 2 dogs and cats and a tortoise, you know, it's just so much.
You've got this. So find something that's going to make you feel that way. And I want you to put a picture of that and send me a message when you find it, okay?
Awesome.
So next, who wants to share with me? What are you going to buy? What are you going to buy when you get those goals? We have to vision. We're going to dream. What are you going to buy? I'll tell you what, I'm buying a cabin.
Go ahead.
I'm buying a cabin. I'm going to put a picture of a cabin right there, and y'all can come out and be a part of my cabin. What are you going to buy, Becca?
So I'm not buying anything specific, but I 7 months ago bought my house. So I really would love to do some remodeling and I have a sunroom that right now the puppy has destroyed. So I really want to remodel a couple projects in my house. So that would be one of my things to buy, is to really be able to remodel the house the way that I want it to be.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Who else wants to share? What will they buy? Okay. So who wants to share? Where will you go? Where will you go when you achieve your goals? Who would like to share that? Leanne, I know you got somewhere you are planning on going.
Yes, we're already looking at tickets. I'm so excited.
Tell us.
We are going to Ireland for our 30th anniversary. Derek went to Desert Storm. And so this is really dear to my heart. With him going to war and stuff, and him coming back and able to go to Ireland and just get off of the and see that and want to go back. And my promise to him was I will take us on a 30th anniversary, and I'm able to do it. So I'm so proud. And it's because of pawTree. So
I love that.
It's just a blessing that we're able to do it.
I want to see that picture of Ireland. I want you to cut it out and put it right there and send me a picture when it's done. Anybody else want to share?
Will do.
What are you going to buy or where you're going to go? Yes, share away.
Okay. So I got engaged this past year, so I also will be planning a wedding, but I have not traveled anywhere recently since I was a kid. So I really want to go to some tropical island. I'm not sure which one for our honeymoon. So that is, my travel place.
I love that. So when you're looking back at your year and you're starting to plan forward, I want you to take some time and look at a few different places and explore that. Find a place and put it on there. I love that. So this is really fun. Like, this is exciting. This is what gets me jazzed about going to talk to more people to change the lives of more pets, because I was told a long time ago that if you do what's right by the pets, the money will come, right? I mean, we all jumped into this business because it's pet related, right? It makes it easy for us. It's a natural way to start conversations, but unfortunately we have to talk to the people to get to the pets. That's probably the biggest downfall in this company. But I'll tell you what, when you do that, it is one of the most impactful things you will ever do in your life. So here's where, yes, Elizabeth.
I just have to share this. I was doing a vendor event, and I met somebody, and I went to her house to Norwex to get some Christmas gifts. And her dog just ended up having a stroke like 2 or 3 days before I went over there. So she hadn't used the samples because she had to be on special food, and her legs were all messed up, and she's like a 14-year-old lab, and it was so sad. And she texted me this morning and said, Lucy finally could have other food. I put her kibble in the bowl. She wouldn't eat it till I put the magic seasonings on it.
Okay, so this just tells me right there, as soon as you feel like you've been defeated or deflated, I want you to just say just one more. I'm going to go talk to one more person to change the life of just one more pet. That's going to motivate you to keep going. I love that you shared that, because if every day you went into just one more and that attitude, you'll absolutely change your life along the way. It's where pawTree's going. So thank you so much for sharing that. So I want you to think about goals. I want you to dream. I want you to vision. I want you to think back, to look forward. Okay. I want you to decide the things that you made mistakes on. I want you to decide the things that you were successful on. And I want you to determine a yearly goal. Where do you want to be by December of 2019? I want to see a yearly goal. I want to see a 6-month goal, okay? And these can be tiny, these can be personal, these could be business related, but you should have a 6-month goal and a yearly goal. I want you to think about monthly goals. What can you do every single month? And I'll share mine with you. I just finished my 2019 goals, but then I also want you to decide daily goals. What are you going to do daily? Are you going to have a gratitude journal? Are you going to plug in a podcast? Are you going to, for me, one of the biggest things that my why is in this business is helping other people. Helping other people is what gets me out of bed every single day. So every morning when I grab my coffee and I do my, I'll do like my daily devotionals. I right then and there pick 3 people every day that I'm going to inspire, motivate, or reach out to, because helping other people is truly what gets me out of bed every morning. So if y'all have ever gotten a random message from me, it's because you were on my 1 of 3 list that day. You came top of mind, and I needed to think about you, and I need to share with you. Those are daily goals, right? That's not big, but that's something that I do every day because it gets me out of bed. And my dog, because he's hungry. I mean, let's be realistic, right? My dog and helping other people. So I'm going to share my goals with you. And I'm going to be honest, I'm sweating a little bit about it, because as soon as I do this, you have to understand it's officially in the universe. You have to understand that for me, like, I'm sweating right now. And I'm like, I got to hit that screen share button, because as soon as I share these goals with you guys, it becomes real. And I will be holding myself absolutely accountable to each and every one of these things to do daily, monthly, and every 6 months and yearly by the end of next year. Even though I really don't have any huge yearly goals, but I have an idea of where I would like to be by like end of July. Okay. So I kind of put them on my yearly goals, but they're really by end of July goals. Okay. So somebody tell me to hit that screen share button. I'm not sure I'm ready for all of you guys to see my goals, because that means I have to do it.
Hit it, girl. Hit it.
Okay. Oh, heavens. Okay. Now you guys just close your eyes. Don't really read them. All right. Don't really read this. I have daily goals, and my daily goals is I will live my day-to-day life with intention and do it now. I will continue to learn more about God and keep my priorities in line. I will lead with coaching and training to help my team grow as I grow. I will lead with love and deliberate, consistent, and I will be willful. I will work with those that are aspiring to be leaders and truly see the vision as I do. I will continue to write in my journal and my personal development journey. I will learn to create feelings and help people connect with their success, both with sales and sponsoring with emotional feelings. I will stick to my pawTree schedule, and I will be organized, because my daily life is controlled chaos. I will follow the leader declarations, and I will be present with my family, and I will also support them in their dreams every single day. Now, my monthly goals are to achieve the 1-500 and sponsor more than 1 a month. I want to get paid as title as a 1-star, VP, or higher until my next rank is reached. I want my group volume to be 90 or higher. I want to find more business builders that love pets. I want to paw up and promote and create a team culture that is driven off of helping other people to get and reach their dreams. I will do 2 vendor events a month, because this is going to keep my sales up. Why? Because I hate following up. I hate it. So I'm going to go to vendor events, get customers there, and then I'm going to follow up with my customers, because they love me after that. It's easier to follow up. So every month I'm going to have 2 vendor events to keep my sales up. I want to grow my local team, and I will start having team meetings the 2nd Friday of every month here locally, and that will also include anybody on the downline. I will explode Facebook and social media with our new pawTree Night Outs that we're launching in January on a different page. And I want my personal volume to be between $5,000 and $10,000 a month. My 6-month goal is to promote to a 2-star vice president by April, which isn't quite 6 months, okay? But April, I would love to promote to a 2-star vice president by April. So this is where my goals get a little screwy, and I probably should have just put all this on my 6-month goal, but this is where I'm at right now. I want 4 more vice presidents on my team anywhere in the downline. I want $6,000 a month pay by the end of June of 2019. That is a income goal, right? Because I have personal goals on here, I have business goals, and I have income goals. My yearly goal is to be a 3-star vice president by July, so it's not really a yearly goal. And well, if I hit 3-star, I want to be able to continue to get paid at that title every single month. I want to have 2,000 plus pet pros on my entire downline. I want to have $100,000 or plus in group volume and downline volume. And I want to have 6 or more on my level 1s promote to executive director or vice president this next year. Now, I know those are big goals, right? But I'll tell you what, my goals started super simple. My goals started with, you know what? I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to tell my husband I love him. I'm going to get out of bed and I'm going to add value to one of my children every single day. My goals did not become large overnight. They were a pathway of growth, right? They were a pathway to where I am today. Now, I want to go back and I want to read you some goals that I had in 2015. Okay, this was 2015. In 2015, my mantra was perseverance. I just wanted to get through and persevere through all of my ups and downs, that my life just was crazy at that time. And in 2015, my daily goals were to stop procrastinating. Just do it. Stop overthinking it. You can't say enough wrong things to the right people, Elka. Told myself this every day, every day. I'm going to reach out to 5 people a week. 5 people. It was one to even 2 a day. I'll give them a sample. I'll schedule an appointment. And I'm going to call my contact list. I'm going to stick to my pawTree schedule every day, whatever that is. Like literally, it says that, whatever that is. I wanted to double my current team from 10 to 20. Okay, this was in 2015. It was incredible. One of my goals, it says I want to rank 3rd place or higher at PawFest recognitions with Paw Club members. That was a big deal to me. I wanted to get on stage at PawFest, and that was one of my goals in 2015. And guess what? I wanted to promote to senior director by December of 2015. That's not like a big deal, right? Those were simple. Guess what? Smashed those goals. I made them achievable. And every day I talk to at least one person a day. I know you guys can do that and then some. So I want to, that's kind of the rundown that I wanted to kind of share with you guys of how I've been able to do this over the last 3 years. But I think it's really powerful and very willful when you guys finally sit down to do this and take some time to evaluate where you are right now and where you want to be. I want to spend the next few minutes on questions if anybody has anything, but let me stop the recording.